Hi everyone, it's Carrie Ann from Stampin' on the Bright Side, and today we're going to make this cute little project. It's just a little like notebook, and I just recovered it. It looked like it actually was very bright, like a fuchsia color, kind of like lovely lipstick. It's just this. I bought a pack of 3 for like, I don't know, 99 cents or something. I don't even remember. It was like at a dollar store, and we're just going to decorate with one of our new end colors, Bumblebee, and one of our new stamp sets, Jar of Flowers. These are available on June 2nd, I believe. Let me double check, make sure I have that date correct. I do believe it's June 2nd. It's not saying right here, actually, but I believe it is. It's June 2nd or June 3rd, but I think it's June 2nd. If not, I will fix that in my blog, okay? So let's go ahead and get started because this does take a little bit of time to do the coloring. I already cut my paper. I have 2 sheets of Bumblebee cardstock at 2 7/8 by 4 1/2. I have a little bit of a warble right here, but it's okay because we're going to cut that off because we're going to be rounding. I'll just make sure that that ends up right there where I can cut that off, okay? All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is super simple. I'm just going to take this stamp. I'm using the sunflower stamp, and I'm going to stamp with Versamark onto this paper and do a little tone on tone. Let me get some background paper first. Let me move my markers out of the way. Okay, and like I said, just Versamark. It's just going to put the pattern on the paper, put this image on the paper without any color. Okay, and stamp off a little bit, and then it just looks more realistic that way. Didn't quite pick all of that up, but that's okay. I'll just do a little bit down here, and then a little bit over in this corner. And we could just do a little tiny bit peeking through right there, maybe. Just a smidge. Okay, we'll do this one the same way. Maybe not exactly, but you know, I mean, it's kind of random, but oh, that didn't come out. Oh well, maybe I can redo. Hold on, this is a clear stamp, but it is a very complicated clear stamp, so I don't know if I want to redo. Yeah, I don't think that I want. No, I'm just gonna let it go. Just let it go. I wish I still had my Versa pen. I had a Versa, like a Versa marker, and I have no idea where it's has gone. I think my Versa pad is in need of replenishing for sure. Yes. Okay, definitely will fill that up before I stamp anything else again. Yeah, I had to squish down to get that. Okay, so I'm going to, well, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, I really just want to fix that. It's driving me crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna make it worse. Where's my little flower? Okay, there's that. Because I can't see. I'm going to bring it down here where I can see a little better. This is going to be terrible. I'm going to ruin it. Yeah, it's blurry. Okay. Why didn't you stop me? Oh my gosh. You know what? We can turn it over and just do it again. Duh. Okay, so we want it to go this way so we can still cut that little corner off. And I just need to really mush down in my pad. Oh my goodness. Use all the brain cells, Carrie Ann. All of them. That's what they're there for. Okay, yeah. Definitely refilling this guy before I stamp again. Okay, one more. Okay, that's better. All right, we're going to move a little bit more quickly now so I can make sure I have enough time for coloring. I need to find my notebook. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, so what I did is I just picked one. I put liquid glue on it and adhered it down. I hope I cut these wide enough. I measured, so it should be fine. But I did not measure twice, so we'll see. Okay, oh yeah, they're fine. Okay, go ahead and glue this side down while that side's drying. Is this my nasty side? This is the nasty side. Okay, so we're doing it like, okay, got it. Had to remind myself which side was the good side and which corner should be going right there. So actually this needs to go, oops, I forgot to do the middle. I need to make sure that little mushed part gets on the corner that's going to get cut off. So it needs to go like this. Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Make sure both ends are covered. All right. Now, all I did was I just opened it back up and I just trimmed. So, where's my Kleenex? I guess I can use a baby wipe, but I don't really want to. Get that glue. Well, these are kind of dried out baby wipes, so that'd be fine. Okay. Get some of that glue up. That's getting cut off anyway. Do I have anything like that back here? Yeah. Don't glue the paper to the... Yeah, so I'm gluing some of my paper down. Okie dokie. Yeah, let's go ahead and cut this one first because I got it too close to the edge and it's actually cutting my paper. Alright, it looks like I lined it up really well here. That's good. It wasn't exact measurements, so I knew there was going to be some overlap, and I just decided to go a little bit over. So 2 7/8 is a little bit more than what you need, and so is 4 1/2. But I didn't want to go down to 1/16. This is not that hard to do, so I was like, just leave it alone. People can trim. I mean, you can, of course, measure your notebook. You may get different sizes anyway. I don't even know where I got these from, and they're not all made by the same companies. So these measurements may not even work for you. You'll have to measure your own materials. But at least you can get the general idea from my project. And then just you know, replicate it if you want to, or just go a whole different way with it. I haven't done these in years. This used to be a really big thing. I don't know, 10, 15 years ago or more. It was a huge thing to decorate your own composition books, and then it just kind of faded out, but I've always liked it. I've always liked the idea of holding something in my hand that I made and using it, making something a little bit more personal. Okay, and now my scissors are all really gunked up, so I'm just going to use my little eraser and just get some of that off of there. I have Goo Gone. I'll just Goo Gone them later too. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter what the front is, but I do want to make sure it does matter what the front is. So the front is where the paper is taller. I hope I did that. Yes, I did. I had to double check because I did not look at that earlier. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp. I picked from this stamp set. Lovely You is one of our new stamp sets that's coming out next week. I love this font. And so I picked Trust Me, You're Lovely. And so that's a message that you could give to the person that you're gifting this to. And it's also a message that they can see for themselves every time they pull out this notebook and open it. It reminds them that they are lovely. And hopefully I'm going to stamp this right. I'm just going for it. If it doesn't turn out well, then it will just be, you know, if it doesn't turn out well, it turned out well. But if it didn't, what you could end up doing is just cutting out with a, either a die or a, oh, I lost my words, a punch. And you could just put something over top of that, re-stamp, and then put that over top of that and make it look nice. So all would not be lost. Typically you would do your stamping first. I can see when my end, this is not smooth. Okay. All right, now here comes the more complicated part. So let me put this up. Well, no, I'll just set it aside. I'm a little scattered, sorry. Coloring makes me nervous. It shouldn't. It should bring me joy like when I was a child and I colored all the time, but it does make me a little bit nervous. So I'm just going to get a piece of scrap paper. I am going to stamp in the basic gray, which I put away for some reason. All right, here we go. Basic Gray is one of the colors. They don't typically recommend that you use blender pens, Stampin' blends on anything but the Memento. But Early Espresso works and Basic Gray also works. I don't know what other colors would. Oh no. Okay. So, I think that would be okay. We're fussy cutting this out, so it'll be fine. There we go. I've done this a couple of times now, and my gray is not smearing with the alcohol inks. Even though they're recommending that you don't do it, it still works. But now that the camera's on, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, right? Okay, I am going to move a little quickly. I've done this a couple of times now, so I kind of have a little bit of a method to my process, so I'm going to go with that. So what I do first is I start with the sunflowers, and I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie, the light one, and I'm going to color in the little dark areas with the Pumpkin Pie light, and I'm going to do a little bit jagged, just kind of like those little marks are. You don't want like a perfect circle, like a circle of colors. You want, when you start blending, you want some variance in the shape, otherwise it doesn't look natural. Okay, I'm just going to do that for all the sunflowers. My husband is watching something on TV. I don't know what it is, but I don't think he knows I can hear it all the way up here. I hope you can't hear it. I don't know what it is. He watches weird stuff. He likes the Sci-Fi Network. We don't have Sci-Fi, but when we go motels, stay at motels or whatever, that's the first thing he wants to do is put the Sci-Fi Network on. Of course, I can't really say anything. The first thing I want to do is put HGTV on, because like I said, we don't have satellite or anything. Just Netflix. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Daffodil, dark. Use the Daffodil Dark, and I'm going to scribble on the Pumpkin Pie and bring it out and try to do the same thing that I did, make it a little bit jagged. So I'm going to scribble on it to bring it out, but I'm not going to go all the way to the ends. I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, and combining the colors. But I also don't want like a perfect circle kind of situation. I want it organic. I'm kind of not really following my own instructions. I'm focusing too much on the color. I need to quit focusing on the color. It turned out fine the other two times I did it. And see, I'm getting that kind of circle. I don't want to do that. I think I went up to a little bit too much with my Pumpkin Pie, but that's okay. It'll be fine. Because what I'll end up having to do is just use the color lifter a little bit more with the sunflowers than I originally did. Sorry, I'm just so quiet. I'm trying to concentrate. I don't know what I'm concentrating so much on now. Okay. It's really hard to see it on the camera, I know, because I've watched a lot of people do these videos where what they were doing, they were talking about it, and I was not seeing what they were saying. But I don't know if you can see what I meant about, like, I've got almost a perfect circle of the dark daffodil, or yeah, delight. I don't know that I like that very much, but I did too much Pumpkin Pie, so it's kind of hard to pull out when you have so much. Okay, but that's all right. I will make it work. Okay, I'm taking the light Daffodil Delight, and I'm coming out and I'm blending out, softening these harsh lines by coloring in circles. Go ahead and do those. Spend a little time on them. I'm not going really hard. It sounds like I am because it's squeaky, but it's not. Yep, still not. It looks like it's pulling the gray, but it's not really. So I'm going in circles. I'm also, I don't know if you can see that too, and I'm focusing on really circling those edges. And it is the new layer of alcohol. It's just like making alcohol tumblers, if you've ever done that. The new layer of alcohol is causing the old layer of alcohol, or the older layer, to kind of push out of the way and blend it. looking at my clock. So yeah, it's already been 5 minutes, but we are almost done. It won't take long to finish this up, really. Squeaky, squeaky. I've used this pen a lot. I hope I don't use it up before I'm ready. I need to go ahead and order another set. I love this color. Daffodil Delight, probably one of my favorite yellows of all time. Yeah, you can really tell. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but even with the harshness, what it looked like a few minutes ago, those yellows are really, the pumpkin pie and the daffodils are really, really blending really well. Okay, go ahead and grab these guys. Focusing on those, the edge of the dark Daffodil Delight. The only other hard one, in my opinion, is this flower right here. I don't know what color it's supposed to be. I'm not a horticulturist, but I made it white. Okay, I'm going to focus on the pink, though. So what I did is I did Lovely Lipstick. I did the dark in the middle. Well, first I did dark in the middle, but I just kind of pushed it out in these, like a star. And then I just used the same concept, but I did pink over here, a little bit there, there, and there, and I didn't use any of the dark. I just left it alone. And then here, same idea. I went in, and I just really focus on blending those edges out as I move away to the edge towards the sunflowers. I spend a little bit of extra time on those dark, Lovely Lipstick edges. Really blending. Okay, and then while it's still a little bit wet, I'm going to come in with this color lifter, and I'm going to do this on this flower. I'm just going to kind of go around the edge a little bit. It works really well with these dark colors, and I'm just gently kind of touching. And same way for this sunflower, I'm just going to gently kind of touch some of these, and that way where maybe I came up a little bit too high with the dark, it will kind of lighten that up a little bit. So you can see these artist marks right here. I'm going to the other side that doesn't have artist marks because that's where they want the light to hit. So I'm just going to make that light hit. And I'm just barely touching. It does not take a lot of this stuff at all. Same thing over here. I'm just kind of poking around. I don't know. It just works. I'm not really doing a lot. Okay. I don't know if you can really see it. This one needs a little tiny bit more. Okay. Yep, I think that's good. Okay, so let's work on the sunflowers a little bit more. So the soft suede, I did dark. Oops, I'm going to use my bullet tip again. I just traced dark around the darkness. Well, you know, dark on dark, light on light. Pretty easy, right? Okay. And when I color with the light, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to focus my my little swirls on the dark edges. This is light and dark soft suede. So I'm going to focus my swirls along the edge. And then same thing, I'm just going to come in here, same thing. I love it. I can't believe I'm doing this. See, I was nervous to start with. You could tell by the sound of my voice. It became very stuttery. I don't know why I'm intimidated. I used to be a really good colorer when I was a kid. Okay, I can see where I have some white there. I'm just going to take some Daffodil Light and just pop that in there. Right there. Okay. Okay, I am nervous about the smoky slate. Let's go ahead and do the green. Just focus on the stuff that I like, or stuff that's easy. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of go through here. These are already kind of shaded in, but I'm just going to put green over top of them anyway, and just do these little wavy lines. I'm going to go back over with a little bit of the dark in a minute anyway. I'm just kind of adding the essence of green on that because that was kind of almost impressionistic anyway, just kind of there. And I will add a little bit of this right here. I wish I was tech savvy enough. I mean, I'm capable of learning it. I just haven't taken the time to do it, to be able just to fast forward through my cutting. So please just bear with me. Now I want to see, did I cut that? I actually colored that in as a sunflower, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that too. Okay. All right. How I'm going to make this is a white flower to me. How I'm going to do that, I'm going to take this smoky slate light and I'm going to trace around the edges. And this one, actually, I'm going to color in a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of go around the edges. And then just a little bit more down towards the bottom. Okay. It's not very neat. It doesn't have to be. Okay. That should have been a sunflower, I think. But we're just going to let it go. All right. And then I'm going to take the color lifter and I'm going to go around and just like lift and, you know, lift the color. It's going to push some of that, what is that, smoky slate? It's going to push some of that smoky slate off to the side. It will get better. It will, it looks dark right now, but it will lighten. And I'll show you what it will look like. All right, and then what I did is I took that pumpkin pie again. Did I do the pumpkin pie? I think I did. I think I did dots. I did dots on the on these little speckles with pumpkin pie. And then I blended those with the dark Daffodil Delight. Excuse me. So I'm just going to color and blend those in. And then I took my light Daffodil Delight and continued just like I did before on those edges. Okay. We might even go back over. I'm going to go back over a little bit with the pumpkin pie. I feel like I lost a little bit of my orange somehow. Maybe it'll darken though later. I'm going to regret this. Hopefully not. And I'm going to go back over with the light again. Actually, I think I could leave that alone. I think I might just leave that alone. I like it. Okay. And I don't know if you can tell, but that looked really super gray before, but it's really lightening up. And you can tell with this one. And now I have a white flower. Okay, so now, next thing to do is to fussy cut. So fussy cut just means we didn't get dies with this. We got a punch to go. I wish we had gotten dies to go with this, but it's okay. We did get a really cool punch. So fussy cut, we're just going to go around, and as if we had a die, we're just going to cut it. And I'm not worried about being terribly neat with it. Well, I mean, a little bit neat, but I'm not stressing about it, as long as I don't really cut a petal off. But, you know, if you do, you just make it work. It's not the end of the world. And these guys, I just went around it. Dies, even intricate dies, don't get in and just cut out like every tiny little leaf. They just go around pretty close. The only thing I'm worried about is that white flower. Because when I cut before, it is very pointy, and I was not careful about, I mean, I feel like I should have rounded, but it is pointy, so I guess it's okay. But I feel like I cut pointy also, which really over accentuated the point part, the pointiness of it. I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to hold it, this is awkward, trying to hold it where you can see it and still be able to see it myself. Okay, so this is the very pointy flower. Maybe try to curve it a little bit this time. I don't know. I think my live is supposed to start soon. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to be going live. Okay, so I need to hurry up. And then I'm going live on my Facebook page, which you won't know about because I'm doing this video is for next Thursday, not tomorrow. I have a different video for tomorrow. So this is the first Thursday in June's 3D Thursday. A little bit of a different project. I like boxes. I really love boxes. I'm getting better at creating them. The one I did last, well, the one I'm doing for tomorrow, which for you would be last week, is just the first one that I just kind of sat down and said, oh, I'm going to do this, and just kind of came up with the measurements myself. Although, to be honest, I may have seen a video that included this box, and I just don't really remember it specifically, but I didn't like take someone else's video and pause it while they said measurements and then make my own, and then, or, you know, make my own version of their box. It still could be somebody else's box, who knows. There's nothing really new under the sun, to be honest, so. But I didn't try to copy somebody. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to color all the centers of the big flowers, and see, that really brings the coloring out. That's what I was worried about, that pumpkin pie wasn't going to really show. I just think it looks really nice laying there in that white flower, and the Wink of Stella really brought it out. I love Wink. It's one of my favorite things. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and color these little guys because they're so cute, and I'll go ahead and do this one too, but I'm going to put a jewel on him. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. So yeah, look at the back of the paper. That's a good sign. I forgot to get my ribbon out. Hang on a second. We are going to do a little bit of work with ribbon, not a lot. It's not very complicated, and it's really super easy to do. But my ribbon is in my new product box, kind of buried at the bottom. Hold on. Underneath all my new paper. Oh no, where is it? Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit of this. This is from the Flowers for Every Season combo pack. There's 3. And I'm just going to cut enough to go across this and just use glue dots to stick it on. Try to cut the same angle if I can. I think that's good. I'll go with it. And then, like I said, I just use glue dots. I'm just going to stick it directly onto the ribbon. Okay. Alright, and just glue that down right about there. Oops. My finger stuck to the glue dot. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. Alright, and then I'm also going to take a little bit of this. This is from the Forever Greenery. And I'm going to just kind of go maybe a little over the edge. And I'm going to glue dot that down too. I'm going to pick, oh, don't do that. Pick it up. Okay. And I want to unweave the ends a little bit. On both sides. I probably should have glued it down first. Okay. And then one of the ends pulled out, so let me just trim that real quick. Okay, then we're just going to glue this on. I'm going to put some bling on it, and then we're done. In less than 30 minutes so far. I can't believe that. I thought it was closer to 40 minutes. Yay. Okay. Thank you for those of you who have stayed with me this long. That's awesome. Appreciate it. I'm going to use that. I'm still using up some of my old bling. I stocked up on bling, y'all, because, I mean, I don't know. I love shiny things. Shiny, glittery things. I'm going to put one right here. I'm going to take a medium-sized one and go up in the corner with him. And then a couple down here at the bottom. And then we're done. Perfect. Love it. And I think anybody would love to get something like this to kind of, you know, just write their thoughts, their feelings, their grocery list, whatever. This one, the pages are a little bit glued at the back, but you know, sometimes you buy them like that too, so it's okay. And I think this is much better than store-bought. So pretty. All right, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to visit my blog, Stampin' on the Bright Side, if this isn't where you're getting the video from. Otherwise, if you are, my YouTube channel has lots of other videos. And come visit me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Stampin' on the Bright Side, fb.me/Stampin' on the Bright Side, and then come shop with me, carrieandkinky.stampinup.net. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun with you guys. See you next time. Bye.